Good morning, friends. Today, let's talk about just our belief system and just being able to do what God has called us to do. We can feel like every day we just have so much to do, and there's needs to be met and questions to be answered, and it could be a 24/7 just feeling this overwhelming sense of waking up, and the second you wake up, the second your eyes are open, there are needs to be met, and it goes on all day long till the second your head hits the pillow at night and you close your eyes. And the only relief, the only reprieve from all of the needs that are being brought to you and that are being asked of you is in those few hours of sleep. And I think we can feel just almost a victim to what our days are ahead of us, to what God is calling us to walk in. But I think with faith, and as we are careful how we think about this, I think we can just see some real peace as we walk through what God allows in our lives. That's one of the most challenging things, is that we know that God is allowing these things to roll into our world, that He has approved these things and He wants us to walk in them. And if we take on a victim mentality that we can't do it, or that it is too much, or that even that it is unfair, it can really drain our energy, and it can drain our emotions into this spot where we're not living in faith because we're just so aware of the demands on us. And I can remember as a young mom feeling that, just like, this is just so much, and it goes on day after day after day. And where is God in that? And I think there was a real crossroads in my faith that I had to work through, and that sometimes I even have to re-engage with and think through again. I want to share two verses with you that really just keep resetting me. They just keep bringing me back to a point of truth when I feel overwhelmed in what God is calling me to do on that day. And the first one is in Philippians 4:19, and it says, "And my God will meet all your needs according to His glorious riches in Christ Jesus." And just that is truth, that God will meet all my needs as I pour out my life for others. I can trust that God will meet my needs, and I don't have to finagle that and manage my needs. But that is one of the things that I can put before the Lord and trust that He will in some way meet my needs. And that helps me not to pull back and go into self-preservation and take care of myself and be aware of everything that is being asked of me, but just to put my eyes on other people. And then the other verse that has helped me and resets me and grounds me in truth every time is in 2 Corinthians 9:8, and it says, and God is able to make all grace abound to you, so that in all things, at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work. That's a challenging verse, that God can meet our needs and God's grace can be enough, so that in all things, at all times, when you wake up in the morning, that there is grace there, that you can abound in every good work that God has put in front of you. And I think so many times I have had to go back to that. And do I believe that? Do I believe that God will meet all my needs? Do I believe that God's grace is enough for me to be able in all things at all times, that I can walk in the good things that God puts in front of me because I know that God's grace is there? So two anchors that can help us. Number one, God will meet all our needs. We can trust Him for that. We can pray, God, show me how you're meeting my needs. Teach me how to not go into self-preservation and to take care of myself, but to walk in faith in this. And then the other thing, that God's grace is there. Those two anchors, God will meet your needs, and there is sufficient grace for you to be able to walk in the work that God has given you. And as I approach this week, I want to renew myself in those truths and walk in that, so that I can experience God as I go through all the demands of this week. So I hope that's encouraging, and I will see you next time.